I want to call Kalp Raval with his topic space exploration.
Good morning, everyone present here. Myself, Kalp R Raval, stand before you to talk about a topic that has captivated humanity for centuries: space exploration. Moving forward, acknowledgement. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has supported me throughout this process. First and foremost, I would like to thank my teachers for their encouragement and guidance, which have been invaluable throughout this process. Additionally, I would like to thank the authors and researchers which have provided their information so I can understand this topic. Index. This is my index. Introduction. Overview. Space exploration refers to the pursuit of knowledge, the ambition to overcome boundaries, and the quest to answer profound questions. From astronomers mapping the star formation to launching missions, which every leap has been invaluable for space age. Importance. Space exploration is not about only we learn about space, but also how life advances on Earth. Missions like developed for space travel, like satellite communication and Earth monitoring and etc., which have been invisible yet invisible, because from that we can monitor Earth and give many information like weather, conditioning and etc. Significance. Advances in technology, scientific discovery and potential research. Key topics. Historical achievements. There are many historical achievements in space age, from Sputnik 1 to Apollo program. Here is a photo of Apollo program. Astronauts from NASA setting their foot to be the first ones on going on lunar surface. Modern missions and breakthroughs. From recent missions, there were many leaps like Chandrayaan-3 and GWST, known as James Webb Space Telescope, which have given us many new discoveries. Future prospects. Many companies and agencies are going to colonize Mars in future because like now pollution is going on Earth. We couldn't be able to survive like till 2050. The pollution will go high, the temperature will be not be supporting humanity. Historical background of space exploration. Cold War. SpaceX started by the rivalry between the Soviet Union and USA, United States of America. This gave us many missions and many achievements like Sputnik and Apollo program. Here is a photo of Sputnik 1. First, Sputnik 1, 1957. Soviet Union launched the first satellite on October 4, 1957. It was the first object moving in our Earth's orbit. Here is a photo of that Sputnik 1, the first satellite. Second, Vostochny and Yuri Gagarin. On April 12, 1961, Yuri became the first human to go in orbit. See Yuri Gagarin and Vostochny. His 108 minutes in space proved everyone that humans can survive and function in space. Third, Apollo 11. United States achieved a milestone on July 20, 1961 with Apollo 11, marking an history achievement in space age. Astronauts like Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong set their foot on lunar surface. Fourth, Voyager missions. Launched in 1977, Voyager 1 and 2, these twin spacecraft were designed to explore the outer planets. Voyager 1 and 2, they gave us the photos of many exoplanets and gave also the discovery of Pluto. After easing the Cold War, Soviet Union did a collaboration to launch the first ISS, International Space Station, known as Mir Space Station, which became the first research station to go in space. Here is a photo of Mir Space Station. Recent milestone missions. First, Chandrayaan-3. ISRO landed Chandrayaan-3 successfully on Moon's South Pole region. Aimed to confirm the presence of water ice, to study their geology and soil composition, and further expertise in lunar missions. Here is a photo of Chandrayaan-3. It was the first time anyone landed on South Pole region of Chandrayaan-3 on Moon. Second, James Webb Space Telescope. Launched in 2020, JWST is the most powerful telescope ever built to go in space. Its sensors can detect billion light years away. It gave us clear photos of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, and also discovered our neighbor galaxy. Third, Perseverance rover. In 2021, NASA's rover landed on Mars to explore Zero Crater, a lake known to be there for million years, and ancient microbial life, and preparing samples accompanying Ingenuity helicopter. Ingenuity helicopter is the helicopter to be powered first time on another planet. Fourth, SpaceX Starship aims to create a fully reusable spacecraft to colonize Mars. It would be helpful for reducing cost in space and go beyond Mars, Moon, and other planets. Colonizing Mars. Several organizations like NASA, SpaceX, and other agencies are having expressed interest in Mars colonization. Its key aspects are: first, SpaceX vision. SpaceX, owned by Elon Musk, visions to colonize Mars by 2050, and they are also sending a human which would go by Starship on Mars. Second, transportation. As I talked about SpaceX Starship, Blue Origin is also developing its new Shepherd, which will carry humans for space tourism. Third, life support system. Mars has not a good magnetic field like our Earth, and its atmosphere has a thin layer, which is not good for solar radiation and many objects like asteroids, which would be coming. Fourth, resource utilization. As now, Mars doesn't contain water and oxygen, so we can't survive there without water. So now SpaceX has developed a machine which would be utilizing local resources on Mars, like extracting water from Martian soil. Technology driving space exploration. First, SpaceX Falcon 9. SpaceX pioneered the reusable rockets which have achieved multiple successful reflights. Here is a prototype of it, but it has contained many reflights, and the payload and the upper part will come back on Earth, which would reduce the cost and benefit us. Second, Blue Origin's new Shepherd. It is designed for space tourism. As I talked about, they are still developing it, but it hasn't developed yet. Third, SpaceX Starship. Next generation Starship, currently in development, aims to be fully reusable. This one Starship can achieve multiple successful reflights, but many parts in a flight were not came back. But the next generation Starship are aiming that the part of it came back. Benefits: reduced launch cost and increased launch frequency. This is the prototype of next generation Starship. Case study 1, Chandrayaan-3 overview. On July 14, 2023, Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, launched the Chandrayaan-3 to land on South Pole region of lunar surface. Its objective were to soft landing on lunar because Chandrayaan-3 in 2019, it didn't land softly and it lost the connection. So it aimed for soft lunar landing. Second, scientific exploration. It had gone for scientific exploration like studying the geology, collecting the seismic data, and thermal region. Third, technology demonstration. It had contained Pragyan rover and Vikram lander. Vikram lander helped us to contain a soft landing on moon surface. Mission phases, launch and orbit insertion. From here, the Chandrayaan-3 was launched aboard GSLV Mk3 containing Pragyan and the Vikram. Descent landing, as I talked about recently, it contained a descent landing and surface operations. It collects seismic data and discovered many elements like, still it has not discovered many, but aluminium and sulfur was discovered on moon surface. Key achievements. It successfully landed softly on moon surface. It explored the lunar south pole. It contains scientific experiments which would be helpful for us on future missions. And technology milestones. First, we weren't even considered between NASA and Soviet Union's agency. But after Chandrayaan-3, everyone has been known us for missions like this. Conclusion. In conclusion, I would like to say that Chandrayaan-3 was a historic achievement for us, and it would be very helpful for in future. Case study 2, Presence Rover mission overview. Its mission objectives was to study geology on Mars surface and collect their samples for future missions. Here I tell it search for signs of ancient life. That is there ancient life or microbial life on Moon or Mars? It collected samples and technology testing. As I said, the Ingenuity helicopter, its technology testing was successful and was the first powered flight on another planet. Geological and climate study. Geological and climate study stated we can colonize Mars. Mission phases. Launch and cruise to Mars. Launch and cruise to Mars means it gone on Mars, but it had took many time to go on Mars and land this rover. Entry, descent and landing, EDL. It contained EDL and sensors, other sensors than it. Key technologies and experiments. It also done many experiments and surface operations. Key achievements. Successful landing in Zero crater. It discovered the lake, that it is present there on Mars surface. It searched for ancient life but didn't found any. And it collected sample for future return. It hasn't returned from Mars surface, but it collected many samples. Conclusion and impact. It marked an achievement in space history by being the first powered flight. Here is a photo of Ingenuity helicopter. Case study 3, SpaceX Starship. Overview. It aims to be fully reusable rocket. Mission objectives. Its mission objectives are going for lunar missions, for interplanetary travel, like going to Earth, to Moon, Mars, and coming back to Earth. Space tourism and point-to-point travel. Still, we are trying for space tourism, so we can go for space tourism. And its objective is to fully reusable spacecraft. Mission phases. Design and prototype development. As I stated before, it's still a prototype development. And test flights. Its test flights contain, it will be done in 2020 and 2022. It also had gone in space and come back. Its super heavy booster development like this, I stated next generation because its super heavy booster can go beyond Mars also. And orbital test flight and future missions. As I stated, it had gone in space for orbital test flight. That it can survive in orbital test flight and come back. Key achievements. First successful high altitude flight in 2021. Then fully reusability. and successful launch and landing tests. It can land on sea payloads and on the other also. And Mars colonization vision. It will be helpful for Mars colonization vision. Conclusion and impact. It is very helpful and benefits us for launch frequency tests and going on Mars colonization. Conclusion. Space exploration has evolved from a series of ambitious goals to concentrate achievements with groundbreaking missions like Chandrayaan-3, Perseverance rover, and SpaceX Starship, paving the way for future discoveries. It would help for future scientists and astronomers to gain encouragement and go beyond our galaxy also. The future of space exploration is bright, offering endless platforms and possibilities for the next generation explorers and scientists. These are my references. Thank you. Yes.
Now, in few recent years back, there was a satellite sent Voyager 2. It is very famous. So, in that, one of the part was named. It was named as radar. So, do you know that? What do we call it?
I think radar is used for communication between Earth and the twin spacecraft.
So, can you tell me the name of that part? Like scientific name is given as radar. So, can you tell me the name?
Sorry, but I don't know name. But if you ask for Voyager 1, it is still carrying a golden record, carrying with images of Earth.
Yes, you are right.
Yes.
Can you name the first animal and a person who has came back from the space?
I think so. First human would be Yuri Gagarin.
An animal?
Animal, I don't know. Yes. Any questions?
Space programs like interplanetary transform and colonization, but it will take so many years for us to travel in the space. So what are the advantages for us?
The advantages for us are we can explore new planets. Like we only see planets like Mars and Moon in videos, but we can experience it in live.
For us, beneficial things with these space programs.
It is not beneficial for us, but for the agencies, because agencies can gain many profits because of space tourism. Because space tourism costs a lot, and it will be helpful for them only.
Any answers from the students? How it benefit us, these space programs? As a common man, we have to answer. As a common man.
More engaged in this, because there is always lack in this field, because in less people interested. So by space program they will be more engaged in it.
Yes.
habitable, then we can, the earth is not means proper, it, in future it can not be here. It could be destroyed also.
Yes, your all answers are applicable if you become a scientist, if you work in ISRO or NASA. But for us, how it benefits? If you want to travel somewhere in the north, then you will first search the weather, expected weather. That is just because of space. The farmers are doing farming on the basis of weather forecast, where to bow the seeds. We are talking with each other on the mobiles. It's just because of this space. Satellites are useful for these communications. As we are, all the DTH or other cable connections. So this all is because of the space. So when we talk about the space, don't be limited only up to the exploration. First of all, as a student, we have to think that how you will reach to each and every person by your research, by your presentation. So be like aware them. What are the benefits at the ground level? Ground level is very important. Why they started the space program? Not just to explore the space. How it benefits to the humans also. So before 20 years there were telephones. Now there are mobiles. Possible just because of the satellites, the part of space. Very good.
Now it's the time for lunch. After the